Welcome. This is another video on SPSS video tutorial. We'll be discussing today how to compute variable and how to change coding. Under that, we'll be discussing recode into same variable as well as recoding into different variable aspects. To begin with, we'll be discussing when and how to use compute variable. This is required when you are having several indicators, and if you are taking mean of those indicators and compute a composite variable, so that you may need to have a compute variable usage requirement. So this is how we are going to use compute variable function. First, going to transform, then compute variable. For an example, imagine that you want to get the average of these five PEOU indicators, and you are computing the composite of these five and making it as PEOU. So in that case, we can name target variable as total PEOU. Numeric expression, you can either use this calculator type surface and you can type it in your own, otherwise you can select out of these function groups. As we are taking mean, say imagine that you are going to compute the mean value for these five indicators, and composite variable will be total PEOU. So we are getting mean. For that, we can select statistical function group. Thereafter you can double click on mean and it will be giving the function. Thereafter you have to add these indicators manually. After adding this one, once you press here, you will be getting mean, and for each and every functions you will be getting what is meant in this box. Once you press OK, then you will be getting a new variable at the right hand corner of the variable list. So this is it, total underscore PEOU is our new variable. Next thing what we are discussing is change coding, and first we will be discussing how to recode into same variable. What is this means and how it works? This means that, say if you have already coded males as 1, females as 2, and in case if you want to recode it males as 2, females as 1, in such occasion you can use this function. Otherwise, if you have any particular indicator or variable, you may be having, for an example, if it is income or education level, you may be having 5-6 categories like O levels, education, A-level education, bachelor's, master's and doctorate life. So if you want to reduce those categories into mainly two, like O-level as one and A-level onwards, all the things, all the categories as two, then of course you can use this change coding and transform function. For that, this is how we are using transform. Then select recode into same variables. Imagine now we are going to change POU. There are different from 1 to 7 respondent can mark. So what we are going to do is we will take 1 to 6 as 1 and 7 as 2. That's what we are going to do. So we will be selecting that one and press old and new values. We will be taking range, and that is 1 to 6, and new value is 1. We can add that. Thereafter old value 7, new value will be 2. 1 to 6 as 1 and 7 we are taking as 2, and that also to be added. Thereafter hit OK or proceed. So in your variables, previous POU one now have been changed to, or the figures of POU 1 now changed to 1 and 2 only. Now this we have to remember. Once you do this, when you visit these value labels, you have to make sure that you are changing it accordingly. Here we have not given any naming, or we have not given any value label names. Here we can write it 1 as value 1, that is for 1 to 7, add value 2 for 7. That's how that function could be used. Third one, what we are discussing is how to recode into different variables and when to use that. Imagine that you are having income level in absolute figures like 1000, 2000, 5000, 10,000, likewise. So out of that you are going to demarcate those income levels into two. That means below 5000 as low income and above 5000 to 10,000 as high income. In such a case, what you can do is you can use this recode into different variable function. In this case, we'll be going to transform recode into different variables, and for this we'll be using POU2, and output variable we'll be mentioning as PEOU to new, and label also we can change. Only difference is in label we can have space. Then we press change. Then automatically it will be appearing the output variable as our new name what we are given. Then select old and new values. Thereafter what we are doing is, first we will take in range, that means 1 to 6 we will be taking as low, and only thing that you need to tick, if you are inserting string values, you have to tick this one for string values. 1 to 6 low, you have to add that. Thereafter we will be taking 7 as high, that also to be added. Then you can continue, hit OK. So when you visit variables view, when you go to the bottom, now PEOU2 underscore 2 underscore new, now this is the new variable, and on a data view, when you go to the right hand side last column, you can see now it has been changed to low and high only. Previously, if you visit here PEOU2, it has been contained several values such as 1 to 7. Now after coding into different variable, we wanted it to change up to 1 to 6 as low and 7 as high. So it is there. This is how these three functions, meaning how to use compute variable function and recode into same variable and different variable function could be used in your research. With that, we'll be concluding. Another thing you have to remember, if you have any missing data and after doing this new variable creation and all the coding, you can recheck whether there are any missing values. That's by the select, analyze, reports, go to case summaries, and you can do you can select whatever the variables what you have used here, and you can get the case summaries. Here we don't have any missing values, and all the cases have been included and no excluded cases, so that we can assure that all the cases have been included into analysis and there are no missing values. With that, we will be concluding, and thanks for watching.